not national, but it is the.
We're shining a long overdue spotlight on the hidden figures of untaught history who deserve to be celebrated for their contributions to civil rights, politics, the arts, and beyond.
Alvin Ailey was an acclaimed dancer and choreographer who earned global recognition for his impact on modern dance. After honing his technique at the Lester Horton Dance Theater and acting as its director until its 1954 disbandment, Ailey wished to choreograph his own ballets in works that differed from the traditional pieces of the time. This inspired him to start the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater in 1958, a multiracial troupe that provided a platform for talented black dancers and traveled around the world. His most popular piece, Revelations, is an ode to the Southern Black Church. Ailey died of an AIDS-related illness at 58, but the company still exists today in New York City. Ella Baker was an essential activist during the Civil Rights Movement. She was a field secretary and branch director for the NAACP and co-founded an organization that raised money to fight Jim Crow laws. Additionally, Baker was a key organizer for Martin Luther King Jr.'s Southern Christian Leadership Conference, SCLC. But what was perhaps her biggest contribution to the movement was the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, SNCC, which prioritized nonviolent protests, assisted in organizing the 1961 Freedom Rides, and aided in registering black voters. The Ella Baker Center for Human Rights exists today to carry on her legacy. Benjamin O. Davis Sr. was the first black general in the American.
I normally see myself when I'm on a treatment. This is the Truth Be Told with myself, Tbeyb, here on KUAW Radio. If you have an event or a business that you would like sponsor here on KUAW, please make sure to send us an email at kuaw985@gmail.com. Also, if you're watching me live at Facebook, hey, and if you're listening to me via the air and you'd like to watch me live via Facebook or Instagram, hop over to our Facebook page, KUAW Radio. Just KUAW Radio, our Instagram page, my Instagram page. We are KUAW Radio all across the board. So Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, anywhere you decide to get your entertainment from, you can find KUAW Radio. So just make sure to tap in that search key, KUAW Radio. Make sure to like, share. I'll take in all the great content that we have here on KUAW Radio. Make sure to like and share those pages with your friends, right? Okay, so I think that's all that I need to get out. So of course we got to talk about these Chiefs real quick. Hey, Instagram. So of course we got to talk about these Chiefs real quick. Not a little disappointed, but disappointed. You know, it was a heck of a game. You know what I'm saying? Didn't go the way we expected it to or hoped to. But hey, it's football. You have people coming in talking about the NFL being rigged and scripted and everything like that. Of course, they start throwing out all those things out there. I'm not one of those type of fans. Like, I feel like we just lost that game. Like, it is what it is. You win some, you lose some. We can't win them all. You know, it would have been nice to be in the Super Bowl this year. But the thing about it is like, we like a dynasty, like, bro, we gonna be there. I mean, do you not realize that we've been knocking at the door or in the Super Bowl for the past 3-4 years? Like, it ain't about to stop. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really tripping too much on it. We gonna have other seasons. Brady retired. I'm so happy about Brady retiring. I'm a real football fan, y'all. Y'all gotta know that I really like football. You know what I'm saying? I like sports, period. I'm one of those type of females, you know? So we lay down and watch Sports Center together. ESPN, all that. But nah, it actually used to be, never mind, I'll tell y'all that another time. But anyway, so yes, that happened. So the Rams and the Bengals in the Super Bowl. I'm letting y'all know right now, I'm going with the Rams just because they used to be the St. Louis Rams and St. Louis right down the street. So That's what it is. T, don't do that. I'm going with the Rams. Like, I want to see Odell get a ring. Like, he got the opportunity to do it right now because he wasn't gonna get it against the Chiefs. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see him get a ring and stuff. So I'm going with the Rams. Y'all let me know in the comments who y'all going for or whatever. If y'all into that, whether you're watching it or rewatching it in the playlist, I see the comments. So y'all talk back to me. But yeah, so and oh yeah, and let me know who y'all going with and everything like that. So then they was talking about it being not still coming to LA. I did cancel my trip to LA. I was going to LA to see the Chiefs. It's too much corona. I ain't going to LA just to go to LA. But anyway, y'all have fun. But I ain't gonna I'm not gonna be able to do it. So what else did I want to say about that? So the game, the overtime thing. Okay, so y'all know that we are into this quote unquote Black History Month. Y'all know how I get it about these type of things or whatever. But I just feel like people, you just have to be more knowledgeable around certain things, and you have to have courage. See, that's what a lot of people don't realize, that it takes a lot of courage to be able to, what do I want to call it? Go against the norm. Like, if you're not following society, if you're not just basically being sheep and following directions, like, it takes a lot of courage to be the one going the opposite direction of everyone else. It takes a lot of courage to admit to yourself that you have to reprogram the way that you think, or that you have to basically become aware. Just like last week when we were talking about awareness and consciousness and things like that, or like awakening and being asleep and stuff like that. It's kind of the same thing. It's like you have to become aware of the Matrix. Y'all remember the movie The Matrix, right? Because I just watched the new Matrix. And so it made me think, because at first, like, I really had to think about, had I ever even seen The Matrix, right? But once I started watching, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I've seen The Matrix. So, but it's kind of like the Matrix. Like, you have to be aware of what's happening. And the problem with a lot of us is that we are not aware of what's happening to us. Like, we're just going with the flow, or you're just going with the program and everything like that. It's like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, so this is what I'm going to be doing, or this is what they throwing out there to do, so this is what I'm about to do. We do the same things in our job. Shoot, I mean, a lot of people, like, we feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing, but the reason, we have to understand, the reason that we feel like a lot of the things that we're doing is what we're supposed to be doing is because somebody told us that's what we were supposed to be doing. Think about it. When you think about going to school, right? You go to school for 12 years, high school, elementary, 12 years. You got to go through this program, right? And then they tell you to go to college so you can get a good job and, retire at a good age and have money and everything like that. Lying, right? Just lying. But anyway, a lot of us have been programmed, even our parents. It's just because even wanting for us to carry on that path, like, they have been programmed to think that's what we're supposed to do. You know how proud people be first generation college graduates? Like, don't get me wrong, nothing's wrong with college. Like, if college is for you, that's for you. I just feel like really doctors, lawyers, I feel like it's only certain people that need to go to college. You know what I'm saying? Police officers should be one of them. So they should have to go to college. Shoot, I'm gonna start cussing up on this man. They know the ones need some extensive training and stuff like that or whatever. But I just feel like there's certain professions that call for a college education, right? But anyway, so they feed us that this is what we're supposed to do, right? And this is the journey, and this is how it's supposed to go. And if you go this way, it's gonna turn out like this. Well, things don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you're my generation, I'm 34 years old. So you didn't went to college. You fell into the dream, right? You didn't went to college. I know I'm about $27,000 in debt. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might be some more or less or whatever, but you come out of school in debt, you know, and then it's like, it still ain't got no job paying $100 an hour. I'm looking for a job to pay $100 an hour. You feel me? Like, I'm just saying, like, I didn't pay all this money and went to school, like at least 50. But I mean, they got salaries and stuff like that. But I'm just joking around and stuff with y'all or whatever. I'm being silly, but serious at the same time. So, you know, it's a little truth in every joke. But anyway, so y'all know it's Black History Month, quote unquote. And so the first thing I want to talk about is, okay, so Bath and Body Works, right? This is how people feel like people exploit who we are as a people. Like they disguise it like it's a celebration of who we are and what we done and everything like that, even though they killing us in the street and trying to hold us down every chance that they get. Like, I don't know why they decided to, oh, we're gonna celebrate. You know, it wasn't really them. You know, I don't know, but it's like, anyway, so Bath and Body Works, they have this whole line of candles and lotions and all this stuff that you can buy. You know, I'm sure Target, Walmart, all them places had their little got their Black History shirts and stuff and collections and stuff out for all our people to just go buying all this stuff from these Europeans. First of all, if you're gonna be Black History and you want to celebrate Black History, buy your stuff from Black people, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least that's the least you can do. Don't go to Walmart and Target and Bath and Body Works and, you know what I'm saying, all these major companies that on any other day looking at you crazy coming through the door, following you around the store. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just why programming, you feel me? I had seen this post. I was talking about this Bath and Body Works, right? Because I had seen this post and it was basically saying, I realized I had this status last year. You know, Facebook throw up all your memories, right? And so I kind of had this status last year too. And it's probably something that I think every year that I've probably been thinking since I was probably about 13 years old. I don't know, probably. But basically saying, don't let them exploit you. I definitely believe that. Don't let these big companies exploit us. They do the same thing around Juneteenth. Now Juneteenth, since they want to make Juneteenth a holiday and things like that too. So now you got Juneteenth and you got Black History Month and all this other kind of stuff, the shortest month out the year. Like, you know, craziness. But so you got Black History Month. You got all these certain things that people get on now these days. Kwanzaa, they got all these African spiritual holidays and things now too, because they're just really trying to replace something that they feel like they're lacking. Because for some reason, we feel like European culture, European tradition, somehow, if we are not a part of them or if we're not celebrating them, then we're lacking. Right. And I tell people I don't celebrate holidays. They're like, well, what do you do to replace it? Nothing. Like, I just don't celebrate holidays. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that simple. You don't have to have something. They feel like we have to have something to replace it because we're lacking something. Like, no, kill all the fakeness. People, we talked about last week, living up to these morals that, you know, man needs to be, and I say man speaking of humans, not just men and not male or female, but humans. Man needs to be stand on principles, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have certain principles that you stand on. Mine's just having to be love, true, peace, freedom, and justice. So truth is important to me. You know, like, and it's in every aspect of what it is, and you know what we're doing. Like, truth is important to me, and so. And I know a lot of people be like, oh, it don't matter, and this, and that. Like, yes, it does. It matters because one, we live in an energy field that's based off what we think and what we do and what we say. Like, we create a certain reaction from this energy field that we live in by the way that we carry ourselves and the things that come out of our mouths and the thoughts that we think and the programming that we follow. I'm not even on my Facebook. First of all, I so apologize to Facebook right about now. I got so much stuff going on. Let me see. Um, but yeah, so sorry. Hi y'all. I'm sorry, Facebook. I'm here now. But anyway, so we we what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. I hate when I do that. Okay. Oh, let me slow down. Okay. So we control this energy field and what happens in this energy field by the things that we do and say and everything like that. So it's important that we stand on truth and that we're following truth and that we are teaching, you know what I'm saying? Like we got to be teaching truth. We got to be standing on truth and everything like that. And here's the thing, it's no problem if you choose to, just because you know the truth of something, for instance, let's just say Christmas, right? Just because you know the truth of Christmas does not mean you cannot celebrate Christmas. I'm not saying by celebrating the Christmas, because people can do whatever they want to do and make yourself happy. You can choose to celebrate any day. You can literally wake up tomorrow and be like, I want to celebrate today. And you can go decorating, you can go buy gifts, and you can wrap presents. You can do whatever you want to do. It ain't necessarily got to be Christmas. You can do that anytime. So I'm not saying that just because that's something you partake in, that, you're not living in truth, but you got to be living in your truth, because even at the same time of doing those things, right? Are you selling the fairy tale? See, when we talk about Christmas, my problem is the Santa Claus and the coming down the chimney and all the lies. You know what I'm saying? Like Jesus' birthday. It's a lie. Like the Bible, like that's not even in the Bible. Like if you read the Bible, you can understand when Jesus' birthday was. You know, it wasn't in December. Like, come on now. So it's like, it's the lies behind it. So it's like you have to stand on truth. Like, okay, no, it's not his birthday. No, but I want to participate in the spirit, in the celebration. Be real with yourself, but stand on truth, right? So now we're talking about Black History Month. See, the problem with Black History Month, right, is what is Black. Black is something, and we talked about this last week. Black is something that they have created, that Europeans created. You know what I'm saying? That is a people, a species, whatever, that Europeans created. That's not one of God's, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not one of God's people and tribes that he put here on earth when we talk about original man. Like it wasn't no man called Black. Like it was our people, but it wasn't it wasn't that name, right? And words are powerful. Words mean things. Just like I tell y'all all the time, one of my favorite Buddha quotes is, the beginning of wisdom is to call things by their truthful name, right name. One of those. I'm gonna have to look it up. But you know what I'm saying? Like, call things by what they are. That's don't try to make up things for them. Like we like the N-word. We give the N-word acronyms and try to make it something different. No, it is what it is. It means ignorant. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to claim ignorance, don't claim it, and you good, right? Black is nothingness. Black is not, you know what? And I really need to quit saying Black is nothingness, because y'all didn't heard me before talk about Robert's Black's Law Dictionary. Again, I get it spelled every time I talk about Black's Law Dictionary. I bring it up because I want people to understand it's not called Black's Law Dictionary because it's for Black people. Like the man that wrote it, last name was Black, he was actually a European. But Black's Law Dictionary is what is used to define the Constitution to this day as a lawyer. If you have a lawyer friend, if you know a lawyer, ask a lawyer. What they use in courts, judges use to define the law, right? Black's Law Dictionary is used to define the law. What does Black mean in that dictionary? A lower class citizen. That's it. Ain't got no description, nothing. A lower class citizen. Literally like property of a white class. Because see, Black and white, see, people, man, look, these colors, Black and white. Okay, let me see, how can I go here with y'all? What time is it? Let me see. Okay. So we used to talk about Trump, right? We used to talk about Trump. When Trump was in office and everything like that, I used to tell people all the time, Trump is not racist. He's not a colorist, he's a classist. Like he only likes certain class of people. He really he don't care about the hue of your skin. I don't care what nobody say. To this day, you cannot convince me that, Trump is a racist. You know what I'm saying? He just don't like lower class people. Like, didn't nobody get mad at Nicki Minaj when she was like, keep a wet wipe in case a bum try to touch me? Like, come on now. Like, she just been like lower class of people, right? Donald Trump was the same way. He don't like a lower class of people. Oh, now you can't be the president like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't be the president like that or whatever. But you got to understand that this is a caste system. And I'm not saying class, I'm saying caste. It's a caste system, right? And you know this because we were taught it in school. We were taught the caste system in school. They call it lower class poverty, middle class. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell you that most workers are in the middle class section. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of our people in the 70s and stuff got up to that middle class section. Then you have a higher class, right? The rich class, the first class, whatever you want to call them. They really call it the white class, but they ain't gonna teach you that in school. They ain't gonna teach you that in school or whatever. But so you know what I'm saying? It's a caste system. So you got to know where you fall in, right? You got to know where you fall in. And so to me, it's like these people are continuously leading us down a path of falsehood with all these celebrations and the things and stuff that they want us to embrace without actually being truthful behind what it means. You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand that slavery is only 400 years old, something like that. 401, I don't know, 400, somewhere in there, right? There was no Black man before that. It didn't exist. You look back in history books, you look back in old manuscripts, plays, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. Never once did they address, and trust, they talked about our people, but never once did they address our people as the Black man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they talk about Lupita. I think that's her name, Lupita. And I think she had said, she had never even known she belonged to a people called Black people before she ever even came to the United States. But they tell you we hate it all over the world and all this other kind of stuff or whatever, right? They tell us that all the time. But yeah, what? And so another thing with this, because I wanted this to take up the first half because we're going to get into the theme of this. I want to talk about this. We're going to get into the theme of this year's Black History Month, because this is something I actually just found out when I was kind of doing a little research over here, whatever. So this is something that I actually just found out. So I'm going to share it with you guys as I'm, doing some little more research and knowledge into it and everything like that. Because I just find it funny. Like, I'm like one of those females, I just find it funny how, like I literally do. Like, I just find it funny. I feel like I just said, I feel like it's a slap in the face to continuously stuff falsehood down in our minds. It's like, it's a prey on our intelligence. I feel like I feel just so disrespected, like, and I guess if you guys understood, you kind of would feel disrespected too, but it's like, I just feel so disrespected at times just because of, like, y'all really out here doing this, y'all really out here trying to make people believe that, they're this lower class citizens, like, and you're not even understanding that that's what you're calling yourself. You're not even, and y'all can look this up. Believe me, trust and believe me. You don't have to believe anything that I say on this show. All I ask is if it sparks a thought in you to go look it up. Because I promise you, if you look it up, you're gonna come back and say, Tbeyb, I didn't know that. I know you didn't. But that's why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? That's why we have these platforms that we have to use and utilize to get ourselves where we need to be, to get our minds where it needs to be, to open up so that we can control and take on the destiny that we are supposed to as human beings. And quit letting somebody else control what we do, right? So I was talking about the status in Bath and Body Works, right? And how they got this celebration theme. See, they make it seem like they only want you to celebrate who you are 1 month a year. See, now if I'm taking pride in this, give me a second. If I'm taking pride in this, you know what I'm saying, Black History Month and everything like that. If I'm taking pride in this or whatever, you know, then it's why I don't need couple of reasons. Okay. So one, I don't need a certain time or month to celebrate who I am. I am proud who I am, and every day wake up thankful and grateful, everything for this beautiful melanated skin and these locks, baby, and this energy, everything. Like every morning, grateful. So I don't need to, and I celebrate it every day. Always, you know, always. It is what it is, celebration, right? Every day I wake up, it's celebration, okay? But what I'm saying is, you don't have to just have race pride. That's really what it is. They want you to show race pride, even though Black is not a race, right? Because they know the people that they're targeting, they know Black is not a race. You know what I'm saying? But they know, so you know the people that they're targeting and everything else like that, but it's race pride, right? This race pride into dummy gods. Y'all have heard me talk about dummy gods before too, because we be plugged into dummy gods. You know, a lot of things that we spend a lot of our time on are dummy gods. You know, it's nothingness, it's not the plug, it's just nothingness, you know, programming to keep you in your mind in a certain mind state or mind frame, or, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So it's like, nothingness, dummy gods. That's what I mean by dummy gods. So yeah, one, I don't need, and okay, so yeah, I don't need just one certain time to celebrate myself, have race pride of who I am or anything like that. Or nor should it take for the world to celebrate all the contributions that our people, whoever you want to call them, our people have contributed to the United States of America. Because one, everything about the United States of America is us. Let's be real. Every single thing about the United States of America is us, from the Constitution, everything is us. Our mind frames. It's all was stolen off the backs of us. It wasn't nothing. That ain't nothing over here. Y'all can look, ain't nothing over here accredited to the European. And if it is, you got to dig deeper, because whatever European is accredited to, I'm pretty sure he took it from somebody else. We brought them out the dark ages. Come on, y'all, let's be real. You got to think about this. Ain't nothing they can do that we taught them everything that they know. That's history. You can go through your history book and learn about the European dark ages. Like, we taught them took them out the dark ages. You know what I'm saying? Britain sent their thieves, they sent their lowest of low class of people over here to the United States. Christopher and Columbus and them wasn't no homies. They like, yeah, y'all need your own land. No, they were exiled. They were the scum, the bottom of the shoe of Europe when they got sent over here. So you know they ain't come over here and turn America into what America is. Everything about America is a credit to us. How you gonna give us 1 month? How you gonna tell us that we only deserve 1 month out of the year, out of all 12 of these months? You deserve 1 month. No, every month. Because one, you cannot talk about American history without talking about our people. You can't. Ain't no lights, ain't no stoplights, ain't no the stuff you use daily, none of that. Peanut butter, nothing. You can't talk about America without talking about our people. So you don't need no 1 month, and we got to quit letting that. That's programming. That's making us thinking of ourselves as less than. I don't care whether you realize it today or tomorrow. Even it's programming into your children. Like, oh, we talk about this, these whatever Europeans and all this other kind of stuff. I guess it wouldn't be 365 7 days a week or whatever, but 12 or 11 months out of the year. But this 1 month is for you. Come on now. How you supposed to feel? How did you feel? Let me know in the comments. How did you feel growing up as a child? Like, what do you think? How does that make you feel like, oh yeah, we must be the best. We got 1 month. When it's 11 other months, that's programming less than, inferior to. See what I'm saying? You got to understand the matrix. You got to understand the matrix. My kids can't come to me talking about Happy Black History Month. Girl, gone. What is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so we gotta talk about this. Let me see how much time I got. Oh, dang, Mr. Walker, I need to go on break. Can he hear me? He over there running his mouth. He don't not hear me, y'all. It's like I'm running mine. Let me see if he see me. He don't. So I'm gonna keep talking until he sees. But anyway, so what was I saying? Okay, so this is what I looked up. Let me get back to this or whatever, because we was talking about this Black History Month. I really wanted this to go into my second half, so it's probably gonna cut me short at some point in time because I'm gonna have to go on this break. So I was looking up the origins of Black History Month, right? Because y'all know I'm a researcher. I like to research. I like to know when things came into play, who was responsible for them coming into play, and everything like that. He looks like he's coming back. So I might have to go on break. Yeah, I'm about to have to go on break because it's about break time. Okay, so I got to take a quick break. So again, I would ask that you guys just bear with us. Take this time to like, share our video. We're going to pay a couple of bills and then we'll be right back.
We're shining a long overdue spotlight on the hidden figures of untaught history who deserve to be celebrated for their contributions to civil rights, politics, the arts, and beyond.
Alvin Ailey was an acclaimed dancer and choreographer who earned global recognition for his impact on modern dance. After honing his technique at the Lester Horton Dance Theater and acting as its director until its 1954 disbandment, Ailey wished to choreograph his own ballets in works that differed from the traditional pieces of the time. This inspired him to start the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater in 1958, a multiracial troupe that provided a platform for talented black dancers and traveled around the world. His most popular piece, Revelations, is an ode to the Southern Black Church. Ailey died of an AIDS-related illness at 58, but the company still exists today in New York City. Ella Baker was an essential activist during the Civil Rights Movement. She was a field secretary and branch director for the NAACP and co-founded an organization that raised money to fight Jim Crow laws. Additionally, Baker was a key organizer for Martin Luther King Jr.'s Southern Christian Leadership Conference, SCLC. But what was perhaps her biggest contribution to the movement was the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, SNCC, which prioritized nonviolent protests, assisted in organizing the 1961 Freedom Rides, and aided in registering black voters. The Ella Baker Center for Human Rights exists today to carry on her legacy. Benjamin O. Davis Sr. was the first black
these global community radio station, and there's a winter storm warning for tonight, Tuesday, from 9 p.m. Central Standard Time until Thursday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that's a winter storm warning, so we want you to make your preparations. Winter storm warnings remain in effect from 9 p.m. this evening to 6 p.m. Thursday Central Standard Time. Heavy snow is expected. Total snow accumulations of 5 to 12 inches. That's including portions of east central and northeast Kansas, central and north central, northeast, northwest, and west central Missouri. So this is a big storm coming from 9 p.m. this evening until 6 p.m. Thursday. Travel could be very difficult to impossible. The hazardous conditions could impact the morning and evening commutes. So if you must travel, keep an extra flashlight and food and water in your vehicle in case of an emergency. For the latest in road conditions for the state you are calling from can be obtained by calling 511. So be careful this evening. Starting at 9 p.m., there is a winter storm warning out. Thank you. All right, Kansas City, want to let you know this is KUAW Radio, Kansas City's global.
We're shining a long overdue spotlight on the hidden figures of untaught history who deserve to be celebrated for their contributions to civil rights, politics, the arts, and beyond.
Alvin Ailey was an acclaimed dancer and choreographer who earned global recognition for his impact on modern dance. After honing his technique at the Lester Horton Dance Theater and acting as its director until its 1954 disbandment, Ailey wished to choreograph his own ballets in works that differed from the traditional pieces of the time. This inspired him to start the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater in 1958, a multiracial troupe that provided a platform for talented black dancers and traveled around the world. His most popular piece, Revelations, is an ode to the Southern Black Church. Ailey died of an AIDS-related illness at 58, but the company still exists today in New York City. Ella Baker was an essential activist during the Civil Rights Movement. She was a field secretary and branch director for the NAACP and co-founder.
All right, and I'm back again. I appreciate you guys for taking the time for us to get our sponsors out the way. Again, if you have an event or a business or an event that you'll like sponsor here on KUAW, make sure to email us at KUAW Radio. We are Kansas City's global community radio station, so help us help you. Send us in your events, your businesses. Let us help get the word out. Again, make sure to like, share all of KUAW social medias. Pages. Make sure to like, share this video. If you're watching back, comment on there. I do read the comments and everything like that. Okay, so I was gonna go into this Black history a little bit more, and I think I might for about 10 more minutes, but then I do got another topic that I want to talk about but it's gonna be short. So basically I was telling you guys, I like to look into like the origins and everything to see when things were established. So to see, I was wondering like, when did Black History Month even become a thing, right? You know? So I found out that it begins like back in 1915 after the 13th Amendment, and 1915. Yeah, that's what I said. I can hear him. And then so it was like that September, it was saying Harvard trained historian Carter G. Woodson. I don't see this crazy because I'm like, did I pay attention in Black History Month in class? Because I'm like, who is Carter G. Woodson? But anyway, so Carter G. Woodson and then Minister Jesse E. Moreland founded some association for the study of Negro life and history organization. And so it was dedicated to researching and promoting achievements of Black Americans and other people of African descent. They make I always think that everybody been to Africa, everybody came from Africa, but that because it destroys. If they tell you that you didn't come from Africa, oh my God, that would totally destroy your whole ideal of the Atlantic slave trade. So they definitely can't do that because they didn't tell that lie for too many years. So they definitely don't want that to unwind. So they got to make sure they throw all that African back in there and make you think that not 3-month 90-day boat ride really took place, right? Anyway, so today, actually, and this organization is still around too, actually. I'm gonna look into it or whatever. So basically they said that first they were choosing to have this, they called it started off as Negro History Week. And so that was in 1926. Okay, that was in 1926. Oh, okay. So that was 1926, right? And so they was choosing the second week of February to coincide with Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass' birthdays. And now this is gonna be a little something. I'm gonna throw this in there, but I ain't gonna speak on this. I ain't gonna talk about this or whatever. For too much. We ain't gonna go too much in there, but I'm just telling you to think. Remember, I told you I say things to make you want to think and go research them further. Don't believe anything I just say. You know what I'm saying? Just go make sure if it plant a seed, something in your mind, go research it. And you know what I'm saying? And come back and conversate with me. We can conversate about what we both learned. You feel me? Because I research stuff too. Y'all gotta understand, I be researching these things or whatever. And it's a lot of some of these things I don't even be knowing because I ain't even think to look them up before or whatever. Now, one thing that I do know is I done heard plenty of rumors about Abraham Lincoln being one of us. You know what I'm saying? And how they cover up the idea that Abraham Lincoln was actually one of us, you know? And so that makes me think. So once I have started reading this, I'm like, why do they care about Abraham Lincoln's birthday? Make you think, things that make you go, things that you go, like, I don't know. Why they throw that in there, right? But anyway, so they was choosing the second week of February to coincide with Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass, right? Birthdays. So, and actually now, it is actually in the decades followed, mayors of cities across the country began issuing yearly proclamation recognizing Negro History Week, right? So it started off as just a week, second week of February. And then by the late 1960s, we got into the civil rights movement, the growing identity of Negro History Week. So it probably just wasn't in these certain areas anymore because it wasn't probably nationwide like it is now, kind of. And so President Gerald Ford officially recognized Black History Month in 1976. Okay, so a president finally acknowledged it in 1976, extending it from the week to the month. So I guess that kind of answers the question of why February, right? Because Abraham Lincoln, Frederick Douglass, you know what I'm saying, their birthdays were apparently that was predominant to the people that started this, right? So calling upon the public to seize the opportunity to honor, and this is in quotation marks, so this like somebody said it. So President Ford, whatever. So seize the opportunity to honor too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history. Today, Black History Month is a time to honor the contributions and legacy of African Americans across the U.S. history and society, from activists, civil rights pioneers such as Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, leaders in industry, politics, science, culture, and more, right? So we got all these people. Now, one thing that I didn't find out, that I actually found out was that Black History Month has a theme. So basically every year, like every year since 1976, this is what it say now. And it's history.com. I love history.com. Y'all know about history.com? It's a good one. I love history.com and the History Channel. But you got to be able to decipher through there because sometimes y'all know history been whitewashed a little bit. So you got to be able to see the darkness. That's messed up. Anyway, so since 1976, every American president has designated February as Black History Month and endorsed a specific theme. Now, this is what I didn't know. I didn't know. One, I didn't know that the president has to endorse it every year for it to be a thing because they teach it in school. So it's like, if they teach it in school, why would the president have to endorse it every year? So it's like, what if we get a president? Sorry, but it's like, what if we get a president? He decide, nah, because see, if I was president, it'll be over. I'll be like, nah, we ain't recognizing that no more. That's gone. That's over with. Like, no, that's not a thing anymore. Like, trust and believe if I was the president. But I'm just saying, so it's like, what if we get a president that doesn't endorse it? So do they not teach it in school no more? Oh, is it part of the critical race theory? I wonder. Mr. Walker, can you hear me? Yeah, ask Tyrone, is Black History Month part of the critical race theory that they can't teach in school no more? Oh, okay. Okay. I was wondering because the critical race theory thing was a big thing too. You know what I'm saying? That was a big thing. That was taken out of a lot of things in school and everything like that. So I'm saying if Black History Month is like they have that in school, and would it be considered, part of like this critical race theory? Because they saying they don't want it to be no separations taught or whatever. I really don't know what the critical race theory is about because history is history, but they always trying to rewrite history. But so I was like, shoot, Black History Month might be gone. Now that I think about it, this Black History Month might be out of there. That might be fall under the critical race theory. They might be like, nah, that's done. But I'm just saying, so it says every American president has to endorse this, and they have a specific theme every year. So apparently this theme for Black History Month this year, 2022, right now, what we just entered today, is Black Health and Wellness. And it says it explores the legacy of not only Black scholars and medical practitioners in Western medicine, but also other ways of knowing Instagram birth workers, doulas, midwives, naturopaths, herbalists, etc., throughout the African diaspora. They don't even say African descent no more. So the 2022 theme considers activities, rituals, and initiatives that Black communities have done to be well, right? So we're talking about health and wellness. So since they wanted to bring up the theme, and I want to be in spirit and all, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about some health and wellness of how they do our people in the health field. So when I heard that, it brought me out to Henrietta Locke. Like, y'all want to talk about health and wellness, talking about exploring legacies. Let's talk about one of the biggest ones that you guys have stole and are continuously stealing to this day, right? Do y'all know about Henrietta Locke? Put it in the comments if you know about Henrietta Locke. I hope I'm saying her name right. Let me look. Let me pull it up. Make sure I'm saying her name right. But what I'm saying is put it in a how do I get to my, here we go. Lacks, Henrietta Lacks. Yes. Let's talk about her real quick and get into this 2022 Black History Month theme. I only got about 7 minutes, so we're gonna keep it short. This topic was not even supposed to take up all this time like this, y'all. I really wanted to talk about men and mental health, and they was talking about these breakdowns. I've seen this meme going around lately. I shared this, so we're gonna get into it next week, just talking about men express, how every time a man express themselves, it turns into something funny. They was taking like the Jordan crying meme, and you got the Will Smith crying meme, you got the Tyrese crying meme, all that kind of stuff or whatever. But we'll talk about that next weekend, men and their emotions and people expecting men. See, what it is people expect men not to express their emotions. And then women who date these men we all down their neck because they don't express emotions, whatever. You know, you teach little boys don't cry. It's craziness, right? Anyway, that's next week. So make sure y'all tune in. Because that's what we're gonna talk about since this topic took up my whole time. So anyway, so they said the theme of 2022 was Black health and wellness. So I figured this was the perfect time to talk about Miss Henrietta Lacks. Okay. And one, because I felt like it was a suit lately with her people and basically the government and everybody and whoever, CDC, whoever, you know, I really don't know who's really responsible for the continuance of her sales. So let's see real quick. They basically say she's I really want to get into who she is. So let's go into this John Hopkins kind of medical records about Henrietta Lacks. Oh, if they got a thing, I'm gonna have to watch this. I'm gonna have to look this up tonight too. We might have to come back and talk about this next week. But I just see they have the immortal life of Henrietta Lacks with Oprah Winfrey. Like it was a movie or something made out of it. Did you know that, Mr. Walker? Oh, it was like a movie. Oh, okay. Yeah. So a movie or something made out of it. So I'm gonna have to go check this out. Check this movie out. That one came out in 2017. So she basically the immortal life. So really what it is her stem cells basically that they still use in cancer research today. Because her cells like mutated twice as fast or some as a normal, or I guess as what they consider normal human cells. She died at the age of 31. I'm pretty sure they say she voluntarily gave her cells, but she also died at Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore, Maryland in 1951. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to look more into this. I don't know how voluntarily these cells were taken, right? But they were taken and they are still being used today. And her family, like she had siblings, she had children, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She had 5 children. And I'm pretty sure they probably still alive. 1951, shoot, she was alive till 1951. We know people born in 1940s. Like, do we know people born in 1940s? 80? Yeah, I know somebody born in, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we know people still alive and, you know, well doing it from that time of day and everything like that. I got 4 minutes. I got to make sure I'm on time today because we got people in there. So yeah, so her children are probably still alive to this day. Her husband passed. Oh no, that's when they were married. It don't even say if her husband sent away. She had parents, she had siblings. Anyway, my point is she got family. She got family that I'm pretty sure is still here. And they do not receive anything from her cells still being used for medical research today. To this day, she died in 1951. It's 2022. Some don't sound right about that. So, you know what I'm saying? Some don't sound right about that, right? While we talking about making this the theme of Black History Month, if they want to be righting some wrongs, I feel like they should start righting some wrongs around here. We shouldn't just keep getting all these holidays and months and stuff to celebrate and reasons to go spending money and all this other kind of stuff. Can we start righting some wrongs, returning some property, paying people what they are owed that they didn't stole? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, can we start doing something that's really going to help our people, you know, something that really makes somebody feel like, I'm sorry from stealing from you. Let me give it back. Like, I know we did this. Can you quit teaching me about it and give me back what I'm due? Like, quit telling me how you stole everything from me, how you continuously steal things from us to this day and not righting your wrongs. Like, oh, we did wrong. My bad. That's it. Oh, here's a holiday. Go have a parade. That's it. No, where the land? Where the money? Where, like, come on with it. Like, it's time to stop playing. It's time to stop playing. Like, somebody tell them it's time to stop playing for real. I'm tired of all these months and days and all this other kind of stuff. I don't want none of that. Where's my 40 acres and a mule? Okay, I want what you took from me. Okay, that's what I want. Mom is saying this lady's cells is still being used today, this is phenomenal. Honestly, this lady's cells are phenomenal. So mind you that she didn't die 72. I don't do math that fast. It's 2022, 2020, 72 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't die 72 years ago, and yet her cells are still being used to this day. Her cells were the first human cells to survive and thrive outside the body in a test tube. And it's serving as a tool to uncover critical information about the novel corona. They using her cells for coronavirus. What? This article is just written September 20th of 2020. So soon as coronavirus started, they start using her cells for coronavirus, trying to figure it out. Ain't this about a man? Look, say I be getting mad the more stuff I get into this. We gonna talk more about this. I think I'm gonna go watch the movie sometime this weekend. We gonna talk more about her next week, because it's about my time. I got to get up out of here on time today. So real quick, just the Holy Covenant of Asiatic Nation. You are the children of one Father, provided for by his care, and the breast of one mother have given you suck. Let the bonds of affection therefore unite thee with thy brothers, that peace and happiness may dwell in our Father's house. And when you separate in the world, remember the relation that bindeth you to love and unity, and prefer not a stranger before thy own blood. If thy brothers in adversity, assist him. If thy sisters in trouble, forsake her not. So shall the fortunes of thy Father contribute to the support of his whole race, and his care be continued to you all in your love to each other. Peace.